Oh, hey, hi, hello, welcome on in. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Speaking of that very wonderful slogan that is officially Warren's ringtone, I've heard. Um, there is a new shirt that is available over on the merch store that says "Oh hey hi hello." So make sure to go and check that out. It is going to be a very good time. Um, Spoilers: it does not say "Welcome on in" on the back side because that was way too expensive to add additional wording on the back. But we do have a new merch out there, so make sure to go and check that out. Subtle plug, that's fine. But this is Indy by Night Blurred Lines, episode 18, and the title of this one is Nail in the Coffin. So we're going to go around the room, introduce who we're playing this evening, and then do a minor recap before seeing where this coterie takes us. So we'll go ahead and start with Warren.
Hi, I'm Warren. I am playing Marlowe, who last week got threatened with being hung from his entrails. So that was fun.
Exactly. Next up, we have Justin.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'll be playing Julian the Malkavian, who was not there to witness that and likely probably wouldn't be returning if he was.
It's true. It's true. Next up, we have Rob.
Hi, I'm Rob. I'm going to be playing Vincent. And having tried both, I can say oh hey hi hello works better as a text notification than as a ringtone. But
I like it. Now we're thinking. Now we're thinking. And last but not least, we have Lennon.
Hello, I'm Lennon, and I'll be playing Kenneth, the Nosferatu. Don't mind the cat.
Spoken like a true Nosferatu. It's even better when you can't see the cat. Um,
Rude.
that actually makes me wonder, because in theory, Famuluses are just ghouls, like ghouled animals. But ghouls get like level 1 powers. So, like, do Famuluses get level 1 powers? These are the questions that I have.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine a cat that just like stands still and just goes invisible.
I vote
Yep.
yes, or makes everything go silent randomly.
I love that way more. Or, hear me out, a cat with lethal body. Now we're talking.
Oh yeah.
Um, so last week, we had a very interesting episode as you guys were given a job to go ahead and begin to bug all of the, well, not all, but a couple of the select barons in your local area. All besides a single Miss Hill was not on the list of individuals to be bugged. But the spider had requested for you guys to bug Baron Fairfields as well as Baron Brinks. And you guys went ahead and started that process as you guys went into Fairfield's domain and go into his warehouse where he usually has a lot of his meetings. There's also a lot of kindred that usually hang around that area. Mostly empty, but a few Nosferatus lurked within. Max and Xavier, who Julian and Charlie started begin having conversations with and try to gather some information before having to excuse themselves to head to a dinner party. Roughly about the rest of this time, the rest of the coterie went to try to talk to Fairfield and get some ask some questions, but seemingly that Fairfield was in the middle of a meeting where you guys soon discovered that the individuals that you guys had kidnapped is now missing an arm. And recently, by the looks of it, as Fairfield walked out, wiping blood off of his hands with a rag, and said, "Well, this is awkward." Um, and as a small reminder, we did at the very end of the session, you sort of go to a off-screen location where it looked like a meeting was happening with ex-Prince Caleb and a slew of other individuals, acknowledging that some powerful visitors were going to be possibly visiting Indianapolis. But that is not where we're picking up on our story. We are going to be picking up in the slightly awkward location of Baron Fairfield's warehouse.
How does our person who's missing half of their arms look besides the obvious? Like, are they keeping it together or?
Um, not keeping it together very well since they're missing an arm, but sorry, that was just low hanging fruit. But definitely seems to be obviously hurting, and not very happy to see you guys, but it is not making any sort of comments. But you can definitely tell there's some anger that is very visible on the face.
I guess I'd just like to give him a small nod and get out of the way.
Fair.
Hope your night gets better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Baron, you have a minute?
I forget. We're separated, right?
No, at this point, you guys have had all reconvened.
together.
Besides, currently, Riley is the only one of your coterie who is not with you because they had to handle some business.
Sounds like a Riley sentence.
I don't know if it's provocative enough, but yes,
It's all on the
Baron.
emphasis of how you said business.
that's fair.
Business.
Business.
Sorry, continue.
The Fairfield sort of nods towards you. Yeah, come on in.
Thank you. Like to follow him in and see who all of the group is going to come with me.
Welcome with.
I'll go too. Why not?
I was going to use this opportunity while Xavier and everybody else is gone to bug that big room
Sure.
since nobody's around. So I'll let them do their thing.
I love that for you. Let us go ahead and roll. Justin, please roll Dex plus technology to place some bugs in some sneaky locations. And you will be setting the threshold for this, so whatever successes you deem as fit. And you are obviously more than welcome to surge if you would like.
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. Victor, are you heading into as well, or where would you like to be?
Is if nobody is specifically looking to Victor, then he will go. Yeah, he'll go in with the Baron. He's intrigued by the "this is awkward" and somebody missing an arm.
Fair and based.
And I will go ahead and do a willpower reroll on that.
A double of that for everyone
All
involved.
three. So a total of 4.
Okay. Perfect. We love that. It's good difficulty. Um, Kenneth, your Famulus. I'm sure is your Famulus still with you, hidden away, or are you leaving it here, or how would you like to work with your Famulus?
It'll just stay with me, just hidden away in a sleeve or something.
The Toreador in me hates that, but understands. Um, um, but you guys head on in. Um, Past the small little waiting room slash office that his two childer currently have set up with a couple of desks. I head back into his office, um, where there is a arm still on the table.
I think as we're going in, I'm gonna make like I was going to go sit at the table and then stop and look at that, and then move away a little bit. And I really I'd like to use this as a I want to move further away from Kenneth so that Fairfield has to pick whether he's looking at me or at Kenneth.
Okay. And as you guys sort of get into here, the room isn't very, very big. We're talking like maybe like a 10 by 10 room in here. So it's a little cramped, but definitely enough to have like actively choose focal points where you sort of space yourself out a bit. Um, and Fairfield sort of plops down and looks around and takes the arm and sort of drops it. And you hear it thud inside of something on the other side of his desk.
I hope you don't mind us dropping in. We were having a discussion with some of the folks outside, and it occurred to us that we don't actually know how to set up an appointment with you if we need to.
Yeah. Honestly, best way to do so is talk to my childer out there. And then they'll reach out to me if whenever there is a appointment available. But typically, I do make sure that I keep my calendar open on Fridays for walk-ins. So
Is it currently a Friday?
it's not currently a Friday, but
We appreciate the flexibility. If you'd like, we can come back on Friday. This isn't urgent or anything.
you're already here.
Great. Okay. So, we mentioned last time the individual that seemed to be behind, and I'm going to gesture over my shoulder what what he was doing. And it sounded like you might know that person.
If I do,
This
that's news
spider.
to me. I mean, I know of them, but
That's more what I meant. Apologies.
you're
Maybe
good.
not personally, but we've also had the opportunity to run into one of the other barons, Eva, Baron Hill.
Mhm.
And it's occurring to us as a group that the water's getting pretty deep and nobody ever taught us how to swim. So I was hoping that we might be able to impose upon you to pick somebody to give us a tour and tell us the rules so that we don't stumble into any trouble again.
Yeah. Is there any sort of anything in particular as far as your tour would be concerned? Just so I know who would be best
Yeah.
fit.
Well, I mean, I think that the biggest concern is that we don't know what we don't know, but things that we know to ask so far are where can we eat, um, who in the city is friendly to your barony, and who should we avoid pissing off at all costs so that we don't cause trouble for you, um, who who are the useful people to know, and how can we help? would all be good things for that we know that we should be asking. But I'm sure that there are others. I would say that we've had some conversations about hunters and about the fact that there are mortals out there who might know more about us than is comfortable. But the thing that I know about them is that they don't talk a lot about what they know. And I'm sure that there's more to that than we're aware of. And frankly, I don't think that a lot of us really knew that vampires were real. So if there's other shit out there that goes bump in the night,
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few individuals who have, I think, would be experts in different portions of what you're looking for. As far as who to know, where to eat, I'm sure you guys have interacted with him before, but Max from Clan Nosferatu is helpful in that capacity. Him and his clan is out here helpful at creating applications that might be assisting in that capacity on where the lines and borders are crossed.
so computers are safe for this.
Uh, Depends on who you ask. Some of the older individuals prefer pen and paper, um, but some of the other individuals who are more tech savvy have found ways to name or mask what they really are to the public eye. But definitely have a meaning to us. As far as things that go bump in the night and what you should and should not do with them, Theodore would be from Clan Tremere, I believe, would be one of the best individuals to discuss about this. He's been around for a long time.
Out of character, who was the tech person?
Max, the Nosferatu.
All right. Yeah, worm guy.
Yeah. He has a name.
Yeah, worm guy.
Yeah, it's
No.
Wormy Joe.
Wormy Joe. Apologies. There's a
Or-
part of me that wants it to be Jim. Wormy Jim.
Jim for short.
Not Wormy. I respect it. You know why you thought it was Jim? Because you're a Nosferatu, so I respect that. It's the in-character choice there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're okay. As far as who not to piss off to make my life easier, any of the Barons. Anyone else has beef with me, then we settle it like we did earlier, where your two friends sort of received a parting gift for their hand and the final death that they provided out.
Understood. So, very happy to go and talk to those folks. And I think at this point, I'd like to look over towards Lennon and just see, has anything happened, and then to drift back to the Baron, and say, I know that none of this comes for free, so I guess would we owe you for this, as this is something that would be kind of an official duty kind of situation, or is that a negotiation we should have with them?
What they may ask for compensation in some capacity. It won't be too extreme because they know what they signed up for as far as having this knowledge. But that being said, I do need a favor in return for this information I was able to provide you as far as who needs to know.
What's the favor?
I need you to take a. It's going to sound. I know how it's going to sound, but I need you to take a suitcase, a rather large carry-on suitcase, and leave it at a location for me. It cannot be opened. It just needs to be brought to a location and left there.
Is that suitcase here now?
It can be within the next 15 minutes.
How far would we be going?
It's about a 30-minute drive.
Okay. I guess I'd glance at Marlowe and at Lennon before I just say yes. Anybody looking particularly uncomfortable?
More so about the arm than the suitcase, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm
It's very
assuming that's in a
suspicious.
trash bin.
Hoping.
Why does everybody have
no, I mean,
suitcases
Marlowe's okay.
laying around?
The other one's a briefcase.
Yeah, it's a briefcase
Oh.
versus suitcase, all right?
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
How big is the suitcase? Is it big enough to put a body in?
Are you asking him that?
No, well, right. I can't see it.
Right.
No. No, I have mouthed off to one scary kindred today. I'm over my quota.
I guess I'll shrug to the Baron and say, okay.
During this time, Kenneth, are you wanting to use this conversation to try and place some bugs around the room in a very nonchalant way?
100%. I was waiting for you to ask that.
I would love for you to go ahead and roll dexterity plus technology for me. And once again,
Okay.
you are setting the difficulty for this. So as many hits as you would like, feel free. I will go ahead and give a bonus die for you for the assist for the conversation piece that was sort of being a distraction.
Ooh.
So when asked if there's any bonus, just +1. And then for the difficulty, you'll go ahead and put 0, and then whatever comes up, you're more welcome to. And
Surge!
if you would like to surge beforehand, you can go ahead and roll a rouse check, and then you get to add a single die to your pool as well if you would like.
That's probably smart, especially because I'm only at 1 hunger and I'm never going to be here again. Oh, well,
Exactly,
As
because
a
you're no
concerned
longer
citizen.
here.
I'm
As a
no
concerned
longer there.
citizen, this is the role you surge.
Exactly.
Facts.
All
It
right.
was just a warm up. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
It would take a lot for a single roll in combat to be as disastrous as failing this one.
Let me hit you guys with
What
the
was
RPG. You're setting the difficulty for this. This is going to be them for to be able to see how well they can find the bugs that you've placed. So it's going to be Dex plus Intelligence, and you can now add, if as for a modifier, +2 dice.
Okay. Oh, that did not go through. Hold on 1 second.
Very good. Okay. You do have a willpower. Would you like to re-roll the one die you have available? Or are you happy with the two?
I feel like the 2 should do it. I think the 2 should do
Take a
it.
look real quick at your sheet, real quick. So go ahead and actually roll 2 more dice because it didn't add the modifier for that for your bonus or
Oh,
your
okay.
surge. Just looks like it added just your dex and technology.
Man, no wonder I have 0 dots in technology. But crash.
It's just a brutal way for Vincent to learn this.
Exactly. Way to stereotype already, Vincent. The Nosferatu
I
is
believe
not
we
good.
asked if there was some capability before
Yeah, it
we
was
did this.
sneaking is good, but not technology related.
Okay, well hidden but not functioning, I will take.
Exactly. And if you need it's just rolling just 2 dice, just roll just type in /roll space 2d10 greater than 6, and that will also work.
Okay. Might be better.
Interesting that both of those rolls were exactly the same.
I noticed that.
Yeah,
That
I don't know what this
stresses
laptop's
me
doing.
out.
Dude, they are almost identical except for the miss on the regular dice.
That is actually disgusting, and that you might be a mage actually. I don't know if you're playing vampire anymore.
Secretly. Oh, what was I typing in again? Roll.
/roll.
Space
Then
2d10.
is
Great.
it 2d10 or 3d10? Shouldn't it be 2 for the surge plus 1 for the bonus from
Correct.
Vincent?
Yes, you are correct. Sorry, 3d10. Math is hard.
Trying to get all them numbers in, bro. Don't be trying to stymie me.
Never.
Not 23d10. No thanks.
Yeah, 23d10. That's what the game master
Yeah,
said.
that
If I
sounds great,
remember
yeah.
right. That's what he says.
I would feel
Yeah,
way
yeah,
better
yeah.
about 23d10.
Yeah, me too.
That is also 3 additional failures.
Just makes the willpower better. More room to grow.
It's true. You
Yeah, there
do
we go.
have. You could add. You want to willpower and re-roll 3 dice.
Yeah, I should probably willpower that.
Bruce phrased that like a question, but please.
I am only here to ask questions. The rest of your party is here to tell you, please.
Do it!
Please.
So you can go ahead and just type that again. And you can re-roll 3. Oh my god.
Oh no.
That's actually impressive. That's like Rob level willpower impressive.
My good luck had to end somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it probably ended with the bestial failures that we had for like 4 episodes in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great point, actually. At what point in this chronicle have we had good luck?
Episode 1 to 3. Well, maybe not episode 1 because y'all died horrifically, but episode 2 and 3
Instead.
maybe. Okay. You feel like it has been hidden very well.
Can I see whether or not that's true?
Go ahead and roll wits and awareness for me, please.
I am the worst at like a Nosferatu at being a Nosferatu. Like I feel like Kenneth is just like I should not have been.
This is the wrong
Is my
clan.
threshold 2?
Weirdly, your threshold is 2 in this situation.
All right, great.
As you're looking around, it is placed, but you were able to find it pretty easily. It's sort of like placed on a door, like on the door jamb, but in the piece where it's like very well lit, so you can absolutely see that this little microphone is sort of sticking off the door jamb.
Great.
Thanks for choosing that for me.
You're
Appreciate that.
very welcome. It's my part of my fun time of the job.
Forgot where we were in the conversation, and I think Vincent might have forgotten where we were in the conversation.
Exactly. You see the blaring
Your heart's in your
obvious
throat right
bug.
now.
You're like, oh no.
How could you do that?
But he was just mentioning that the suitcase could be here within 15 minutes, or the brief, yeah, suitcase. Excuse me, I said it right the first time. Could be here within 15 minutes. It is, I will say, outside of my domain where you'll be leaving it.
Is it in one of the other barons?
It is indeed.
Okay, well, we'll just have to try not to be seen because we'd like to try again to make a good first impression here.
Then I highly suggest we don't mess it up.
I agree. Yeah, I also wouldn't want to mess it up. I think that this is a good opportunity to try again.
Agreed. Hey, Kenneth, go ahead and roll wits and insight for me, please.
Oh no. What if I refuse?
That works for me. It doesn't work for the rest of your party, but it works really well for me.
Never mind, never mind.
I choose to disbelieve. The Baron's not really here.
Exactly.
Weirdly enough, the Baron disappears from vision.
Well, that worked.
Whoa.
You wake up 3 hours later, your head is pounding.
Exactly. Okay. With 3, you do very easily understand that while Vincent is seeming to have this conversation with the Baron, you begin to feel a little weight by Vincent's words that maybe there is a better place or a better chance to try to hide said bug again.
You're gonna let me do it again.
I sure will let you. You're right.
That's a trap. That's a trap.
That's such a
I
trap.
mean, Vincent was not being too subtle about that. It's like,
No?
that's going to be seen. You ought to try again.
I sure
Wait,
will
wait,
give you another chance as your significant other saying it. You can do that if you want.
Of course you guys can go hang out. Not a problem.
Do you think it's a
Don't
good
worry.
idea?
Exactly.
Could I potentially get my Famulus to do it for me?
Do you
Like,
think that the animal is going to have a better technology score?
Maybe at this point.
Let's take a look here. They actually may, because Kenneth was correct that they do have a technology of 0.
Ironic.
So maybe if they have a better dex than what Kenneth's running, then it may have a better chance. But I will need you to go ahead and roll if you want to remove said bug without being known. Let's go ahead and do Dex plus Stealth for me, please.
Okay.
To try to grab this through sleight of hand. You will get another 1 die bonus as Vincent continues to distract the Baron.
I'm just accidentally setting everything on fire.
I love that for the Chronicle. Okay, and this is another one
That
where you'll
is
be
worse.
setting the threshold. It's gonna be. I guess contested. I should say. Let me go ahead and roll wits and awareness and see if you need to. Spend some willpower here. Because technically, if he rolls more than 3, you have a bestial failure on your hands, and that sounds exciting.
Oh, that's so exciting. I
Trying
can't
to-
wait to not do that.
To take a bug out of the Baron's office. My dice are here today, guys. They're here to play. So currently you have a bestial failure, and you need to re-roll 2 dice to tie. So you only have to roll perfectly, is all you have to do to not bestial fail.
Oh, that's not stressful at all.
I'm just here to lay out the stats. But on a good point, he can't really, willpower to make it better, right?
That's true.
um, so I'm assuming, Kenneth, you would like to willpower? Or you want to just
Yes.
ride out the bestial failure?
I'm definitely gonna willpower.
I respect the choice.
This is the point where you roll 2 10s. That's what's going to happen.
I might cry a little bit.
So am I typing it in?
I think you should be able to. I think there's a willpower reroll button on the sheet,
Okay, that'd be easier.
if I remember correctly.
Is it 2 of them?
Yep, you have 2 that you can roll.
Awesome. Just double checking. Oh,
Damn.
No, that tracks.
yeah, that absolutely tracks.
It's definitely on
100%.
par.
Yep.
Oh, God damn it.
Just, I
Cover's
grab it
blown.
and then I fumble with it. It falls very audibly just right in front.
Like clacks around.
Exactly. Uh,
So next episode's title is the part where he kills you.
exactly.
Weirdly enough, the title was Nail in the Coffin, and you guys did a very good job at putting that there.
Damn it.
By accident. By accident.
It's true. It's true.
Does Marlo at this point, does Marlo see what's going on?
Go ahead and roll wits and awareness. Your threshold is 2.
That could be a better dice roll for me. I do. Do I perceive how much trouble Kenneth is having with this, or do I just spot?
You see at this point, Kenneth reach up and look like they're grabbing something off of, like trying to be very nonchalant about it, but reach over and grab something before it fumbles off to the ground. It does make a clack, 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 and lands sort of in the middle of the room.
I thought you were about to say at the Baron's feet, and I was about to be like, we have no chance.
Nope, it's just in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
But it's very bold of you to
Does-
assume that
can-
you have a chance currently with the situation at hand. I like your optimism.
Does it seem like the Baron has noticed this? I'm assuming it's pretty obvious.
I need you to go ahead and roll wits and insight for me.
I would like to do that in Surge, please.
Absolutely.
Is there a difficulty? Oh God.
Sure is 5.
Why?
Why? That's a very good question. It is a messy critical on his behalf, though. If it makes you feel any better.
Nope.
Okay.
No, that makes me feel worse.
Okay.
That is the worst kind.
I'm going to re-roll some of that.
I respect it.
Ah, thank God.
Excuse me.
So
I guess
I'm thinking. Does Vincent start doing something, or are you? I'm about to start doing something, but if you were start to do something, you rolled better than me, so you can go first.
at 5, approximately how does the Baron react when there's a clack, 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 clack on the floor?
Because you tied, he's noticed it, but is not bringing attention to it. You see his eyes go down to the clacking sound and then look back up to continue the conversation.
Do they go down to seeing what caused it?
Yeah, so they're looking down currently where the microphone has dropped to. It sort of look down and then look back up to you without.
How obviously is this thing a microphone?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's not like just like a full boom mic, but definitely a small.
It might be as bad as we've been rolling.
It may be. No, it's definitely just a very small microphone that has like a small little watch battery that's powering it.
Okay, so I think that to to Warren's question, Vincent's going to look at it and put a very concerned look on his face and go, "What the hell is that?"
That's exactly what Marlo was gonna do too. Like go down for it. What is that?
I'm not going
I'll hand it over to I'll hand it over to Victor, who is a better. I'm sorry, to Vincent, who is a better liar than me. I hope.
You can go ahead and roll. One of you who can ever would like to lead or take the charge on this can go ahead and roll manipulation plus subterfuge with an additional 1.
What's my difficulty?
Two.
Okay. We've been playing the innocent, helpful people for a while here. Would the long con as a specialty apply here?
I will allow the long con as a specialty to apply in this situation.
Awesome. But we need it.
A bonus die for sheer audacity because nobody would be this stupid.
Exactly. Surely no one's walking straight into the Baron's office and just dropping a mic here, right?
Am I surging again? I am surging again.
I love all of this.
We're making our hunger rolls, so that's good. That's not the rolls I'd choose to be succeeding on. Be clear.
I don't know. The only thing not the only thing. One thing that could definitely make this worse is hunger 4 or 5.
So I'm at 4, just out of curiosity. Would beating this by a lot help to avoid the Baron turning around and asking Kenneth any questions?
If you can make it,
feels
if
like
you
a
can
quick
make it
fish situation.
if you can make it to 5 successes, then yes.
100%. We're willpowering
I
this.
figured as much. And
Okay.
you got it. It looks up and around. Um, Vincent. Your clan bane.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to go ahead and roll your dice pool for that, please. As this microphone is now in your possession.
I make it. Did I want to?
Maybe. It does not spark and combust in your hand. But nonetheless, you have this bug. Fairfield will look at it. And he sends his hand out.
I'm gonna give it to him.
He places it on the table. Opens up his desk and takes out a scratch sheet of paper. Begins writing on it. Turns it around and shoves it back towards you guys. Any of you
Pick it up.
technology savvy?
I'm gonna write back. I am, comma, kind of, comma, but not since I died.
He looks a little perplexed.
I'm gonna take it back and write underneath. Something about my blood seems to be effing with technology.
He sort of nods, like a moment of realization.
I have 1 dot, so I don't think I'm good with technology.
I have 0. Nope, definitely not.
Mine is mostly that I have 3 dots in intelligence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the intelligent
I
carry.
have 3 dots intelligence and 1 dot technology. I'm not terrible at it, but it's not a forte.
He sort of takes the pen and sort of taps on the beginning of the first question and looks around to the rest of the room.
I'll give him a so-so gesture. Like, I could try.
Just a big thumbs down. Just nope. Absolutely not.
In the top right of everyone's screen, it says Vincent will remember this.
Please, that happened a bit ago.
He takes the paper back at the bottom again.
Can we get an answer from the rat? Is the Famulus tech savvy?
Absolutely not.
So from in the pocket, just a little rat thumb.
Shaking his
Can you tell if it's live? And he'll put it back and push it over towards you, Victor.
I think I'm
Victor or Vincent?
Victor.
Okay. I will look at it. I mean, we know it's live, right? So before I answer that question, can we get a what is Dimitri doing as we're fumbling this shit?
He's just like rolled out this huge like leather thing of knives on the desk out in front of him, and he's just kind of pulling them out and starting to hone the blades.
just like, which one's for today?
It's very nice of Dimitri to actually use a sharp weapon, not just one that's going to tear you apart, not just slice you
Well,
apart.
you see, I like the cut to be smooth because I want them to heal.
Oh.
And I want it to be clean. But it also makes it easier for me to slide the entrails out when there's not rough edges.
I respect it.
So I will examine it with technology so I can see if there's anything
Sure.
that I can gain from this. Intelligence technology, I assume.
Yep.
Any particular difficulty?
2.
Oh, that's fun.
Hey,
But it's enough.
it's enough, and it's not messy. It's not bestial. It's just enough.
That's just enough in the scariest possible way.
Exactly enough. You're very glad that Black Die landed where it did. But you can definitely tell there is a little very small red indicator on the back of it that is on. So it is definitely powered on and got power. Whether it's receiving, it's a different thing, but it's at least got power.
I'll like point to the piece of paper. Like, can I write on this?
Hands over a pen.
And I'll write back. Seems like it is. How long has it been here?
He's requests the pen back. Writes on, I don't know. He goes ahead and pulls out his phone. It says it's a text message. Puts the phone away. And writes again. Suitcase is on its way.
Quick side note here. Can I roll to see if he actually like believes us or if he's just kind of like
Yeah.
doing some secret thing? Okay.
Yeah. Wits and insight for me. DC is going to be a solid 2.
Vincent's hella cocky. He believes that his lies will always work. He's not going to roll.
I am so excited to crush that reality for Vincent eventually.
Yep.
Yeah. Seems very honest. You guys don't see a lot of fear in Fairfield usually, but you definitely see he's at attention and almost hyper vigilant.
So since the pen is occupied, Vincent is going to point at the device and then look at the Baron and then mouth more question like it's a question.
Well, you guys have your research that needs to get done. If you have any other questions, feel free to come back on Friday.
Got it. Thanks so much for the time. Really appreciate it. And he's going to hold his hand out for the pen for a second.
He'll extend the pen out.
Write on the paper. Does this change anything about the suitcase?
Does not.
He'll nod back and say, well, you've been a ton of help. Thanks. I
As
really
of
do
you.
appreciate it.
As of you.
Make my way out. See if I can't grab Julian on the way out.
Yeah, roughly about this point, Julian, looking back at your threshold you had placed what felt like a non-scary amount of time ago. 4 successes. Okay. You go ahead and place it out, and mid placing of your bug, Charlie mentions that gets a text message or looks at her phone, Julian, and panic sort of overrides her face upon receiving the text message.
What's going on?
Um, Me and Riley need some help taking care of whatever they're dealing with. It's part of our previous life. And it got a lot more complicated quickly. And I don't want to include you if I don't have to.
It's nothing super dangerous, right?
It could be, and that's why I don't want to.
Okay, just do me a favor and keep your phone on. That way, if we need to track you down, we can.
Yeah. And I'll make sure to have Riley keep theirs as well.
All right, well, I'll tell the crew that you're otherwise engaged.
Yeah. And maybe keep the history behind it a little under wraps.
Just dealing with personal business.
Appreciate it. And she runs out. But you go ahead and. Is there anything else you would like to do after you finish your bugging and are now just waiting for the rest of your coterie to come out of their meeting?
I think I'll wander outside and kind of wander, like just kind of walk around outside. Are there security cameras outside?
There looks like there's one that sort of is outside of the parking lot. More looks like a street cam versus a parking lot cam, so probably more public than private.
Okay.
But that's the only level of like security cameras that you see around.
Okay, I'll wander over to since we parked next to Fairfield's truck. I mean, we think it's Fairfield's truck. I'll wander over that way and just kind of quickly look around, make sure nobody's hanging about. I'm gonna do a little sense the unseen here.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to remember what my role is. Detecting if
I believe it's wits and
plus
aspects.
Yeah, wits plus aspects. Okay.
And
we go.
your threshold is 4.
Ouch. And I made it.
Ouch. Next to, not like directly next to, but near the door, that's like the large metal door on the front of it, does look like there is a makeshift metal box that's sort of placed there,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of pressed up against the wall. But it looks like there's some sort of magic that was hiding it from plain view. You didn't see it whenever you passed by until you activated your power, but once you sort of did, you sort of saw this box begin to sort of appear before you.
Does it seem like it's got lenses or anything in it built into it?
Mm.
Does it have like a latch that once you open it up?
Yeah, it has a latch. It doesn't have a lock on it, but it has a latch.
Okay. I'll just kind of walk over and I'm going to put my hand on it, but I'm not going to do anything yet. And I want to get a little premonition of what might happen if I flip that latch open.
Okay. Let me pull open something real quick. Where is this book at? Um, Go ahead and roll intelligence plus aspects for me, please, before you roll that premonition.
Okay. There we go. Any threshold?
Yes, I'm rolling it right now.
No. I don't like that. Yeah, leave it there. That's fine.
Nah, we're
Had enough fuck ups tonight. Come on.
Nah,
Come on, cut us some slack.
Okay. 2 is your threshold.
Okay, got a 3. So
Hey, sick. As you get closer and sort of put your hand over the box, a sigil appears on top of the box as your hand gets closer to it.
oh. Shit. Can I commit that sigil to memory?
Go ahead and written intelligence, DC 2.
Ooh, got it.
Okay. You have it locked.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I won't touch it, but I'll still go ahead and look for a premonition.
Okay.
You know, what was my future if I had touched it?
Okay, so less about opening the box and now about if you
More
touch
like
the
knowing
sigil.
what it was going to do to me.
Yeah, of course.
Is there a difficulty or no, right?
No difficulty.
Okay.
Just let me know what you get.
3 total successes.
3. You take a moment and have a premonition as your hand extends out and touches the top of the box. I need you to go ahead and roll stamina plus resolve.
Ah! Why would you do this? Is there a DC?
One moment, please. Four.
Oof. This is gonna suck a lot. We'll do a willpower reroll. Whew, I got 4.
Man, I really wanted to know what's in the box.
What's in the box?
As you touch the box, your whole body is shot backwards as you take 3 points of aggravated willpower or aggravated health damage.
Now, this is just in my premonition, right?
It feels very premonition like, but your view hasn't moved, but you enacted your premonition and your hand sort of just moved forward. So you definitely get the sense that this is a different way or a different take your premonition is taking you on this journey.
So do I take the health damage?
You do not.
Okay.
This is sort of like what it would look like if you were to touch that ward.
Yep.
As you get shot back across the parking lot, comes skidding and smack into Fairfield's truck. And then the box becomes visible.
But doesn't do anything.
Doesn't open or anything.
Okay. No touchy the box. Got it. Okay. I'll take a couple quick steps back and go, well, guess that answers one question. And scamper back over to the truck to quickly plant the bug under the seat.
Understood. You go ahead and come back from your premonition, finding out what actually happens before heading back over to the truck and placing the bug underneath the seat. And then I need you to roll another Dex plus technology for me, please, to hide this one.
You know what? We're going to risk it today. We're going to go ahead and surge again. Woohoo! So we'll do Dex. Whoop. Just need to do technology first. Yeah, that was weird. It didn't post anything for anybody else, did it?
Mm-mm. Did not.
Okay. For some reason, it just decided to shit the bed.
Dude. It's just RPing with you guys, that's all.
Exactly. What in the ball sack? Okay, we're gonna do a little wheelbarrow.
Why?
How statistically unlikely is that?
The answer is yes.
What the?
Oh.
Okay. It just did the same thing.
Not
on
that
willpower reroll
unlikely.
again.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about 1 in 32.
Okay,
That's
so I did
good.
get 3.
That's a good willpower. That's a good willpower.
Followed by 1 in 8.
Yeah, in case you're wondering. Okay, you go ahead and place the bug. You feel very confident about it.
Yeah, I tuck it kind of, since it's old, it's got lots of springs. I'll kind of do my best to stealth it behind some foam, but leave the microphone exposed.
I love that for everyone involved.
And then get out and once again close the door super quietly.
Click.
And then just sit on the trunk of the car and wish I could smoke a cigarette.
Based. Okay. The rest of the coder, you guys walk out. You do not see Charlie. You guys do not see Julian out in the main area.
Just blood trails being pulled out the back door.
Exactly.
I guess I'd like to see if I can see Max around.
Sure don't. Just as empty.
I'm going to look at the other two and say, sure, it's fine. And then just make my way out.
You do see Julian sitting on the hood of the car.
All right, so like 50% fine. Okay, cool. So make my way over to Julian. Hey, everything all right?
Yeah, Charlie just had some personal issues she had to attend to. So she was going to scoot. She said she'll be in touch. Nothing we should worry about.
Okay. Pretty good lead on getting some information out of some of the more official folks. Max, who I think you were talking to, can set us up with some technological solutions to the where are we allowed to do what problem.
Yeah, I
And
was talking to him about that, and he kind of indicated that it was still in the developmental phase.
fair, fair. And there's a guy named Theodore who can talk to us about some of the other things that are out here, which seems useful to know.
Sure.
There was a bit of a mix up, and I'm gonna just do a quick glance around and then say, we found a bug in the Baron's office, like a
You did.
microphone. Yeah,
That's weird.
prob- yeah, probably not something that we want to have a lot of people know about, but thought you should know. I think that they might be looking for more.
Oh well, hopefully that's the only one.
Yeah. So part of the deal with knowledge is that we're going to do a little chore. Just going to get a suitcase, throw it in the trunk, drive it to a location, drop it off, get out of there, no fuss, no muss.
Well, this doesn't sound sketchy at all.
It sounds incredibly sketchy, but fast and hopefully relatively not risky.
I have my doubts on the not risky.
Yeah, I guess risk at this point, the faster it is, the less risky it feels at this point. It gives everybody less time to make things complicated.
So I'm just gonna toss this out here. Maybe we need to steal a car. Because if we're delivering this thing and it turns out to be something nasty, I don't really know if I want my station wagon being implicated in whatever activity this is.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Um, I am garbage at that kind of thing. Never really tried it, but are either of you or any of you good at that?
Not my specialty.
For
Marlo?
everyone at home, that's Dex plus larceny. If you want to see if you are good at those things.
One
I-
second.
I'm not terrible at those things.
Well, let's pick an older model car so we don't have to struggle so much with all the high tech bullshit.
Yeah.
Also, less likely
I-
to be reported.
I'm way better at like breaking in a house and stealing somebody's keys.
That also ups
So
the risk, though.
I know the whole crazy thing happened with finding a microphone, but when it comes to stealing cars, I think I can help with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, let's are we supposed to wait for the thing? Is it coming here?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Oh shit. Okay, well let's go get the car before it gets here.
Okay.
Everybody load up.
I mean, you want me to stay and wait for the suitcase?
I mean, you can, but then you're here all by your lonesome. Kind of open my eyes real wide and look at Vincent like, sure that's a good idea?
I mean, the Baron's here.
Sure that's a good idea? Same look.
I don't know. I think that staying near the Baron is unlikely to get me into trouble.
Sure, okay.
Significant glance at Kenneth, then back to Julian.
Okay, well, we'll be back with the new set of wheels shortly.
All
Great.
right.
You want me to stay with you, Vincent, or
Up to you.
Julian? You want me?
If this is a thing you're good at, I would say go.
All right, yeah, I'll go.
Jump in the seat and we'll. Is there like a Walmart or a big box store somewhere near here?
Uh, the closest thing that would be sort of near here, as far as this, a place with a lot of cars. There's like multiple hotels that have parking lots that would be available, but no, not within probably like 15, 20 minutes of a drive.
Okay, I'll look for like kind of a more regional or local hotel, the kind where the prices are likely to be lower and the cars are likely to be shittier. Um,
Do I have a
looking for
hotel for you?
looking for vehicles that seem to be in decent condition but older model. No bald tires, no limited rust, not a lot of body damage.
No
Um,
sports car.
no sports car. Four door for sure. We need a sedan. You're rocking this coupe, trying to climb out of the back seat when shit hits the fan.
I love the idea
True.
of that. Okay. So between Victor and Kenneth, who would like to take the lead and who would like to assist?
I'll take the lead on it.
Okay.
What's
I can assist.
For this, it is going to be a DC 3 for this.
Oh, good gracious.
And you do get a additional die for this.
I'll park my car like in the lot and I'll back it in so the license plate is a little more concealed. And then I'll kind of stand on the corner of the hotel building like I'm smoking a cigarette, but I won't light it obviously because
Sure.
it's pointless. And kind of be lookout.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Kenneth can do the
Let's
thing,
go.
guys.
I can do the thing, I swear. I messed up the first thing. I can do the second thing.
I respect it. Able to go ahead and get the car started without any sort of alarms or bells or whistles going off.
First things first, I'll have him pop the trunk just to make sure that there's nothing like a dead body in there.
There's 4. No, I'm just kidding. You popped
Fuck!
it.
New car.
Not this one. Not this one. Not this one.
I mean, if there's
Ah.
one, that just means we know it's big enough to fit.
Exactly.
That's true.
You look inside. The only thing that's back there is underneath it. There's a spare tire in the trunk, but
Okay, perfect.
nothing else.
All right. I'll get in the passenger seat and open the glove box and get the details about who the owner is in case we get pulled over.
Okay.
Marlo, you much of a wheelman?
I mean, I could drive, sure. Much of a
Okay.
wheelman is a stretch.
You need to be more specific when I ask you these questions. I know you're trying to be humble, but if you suck at it, just tell me.
No, sorry. You're throwing me off guard with all the criminal talk. I didn't realize you were like, you know.
I mean, I don't do what he does, but I do fleece the shit out of people. I do take people's money. It's what I do. I did it for a long time. Grifting,
Different
scams,
types
all
of
the good stuff.
Criminal activities.
No, I'm certainly not a professional driver, but I can absolutely drive
Okay.
with some skill. Yes.
Right now, all we need you to do is just keep it in the lane and not attract attention.
Yeah, I can manage that.
DC 4.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you never know.
Exactly.
Like I'm Dex 3 and I have a dot in drive, so I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah, it should be
idiot.
pretty good. Yeah.
Not inadequate.
Just don't try to hit a Baron going, or the Prince
Yeah,
going
I'm like,
100.
I'm not a
60
car
miles an hour,
chase. I'm not a car chase kind of guy, but yeah, like I can drive casual.
Okay, cool. So we'll
All
head
right.
back over to the location.
It's roughly when you guys arrive, another vehicle pulls up. You guys have seen a vehicle similar to this one, not the exact one, but the white box van that brought the individual who was set ablaze a few nights ago at the rant rave. This sort of same looking vehicle pulls up. A pretty ordinary looking dude hops out, was dressed in over like coveralls, opens up the back trunk.
Before he opens that, I'm going to look at him and go, Christoph, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
And begins to pull down the suitcase as it makes a loud thud as it makes impact on the ground.
I'm going to assume you don't need us to sign for this.
I wish you wouldn't.
Great. Then it was a pleasure to not see you. Have a great night.
You as well. And he just hops back in and pulls right off.
Can't believe I fucking nailed that name.
Nice.
I'm never sure how serious to take those with you, but it's getting more serious. I'm just gonna like put the bag in the trunk.
I need you to go ahead and roll strength and resolve to try to lift this thing.
Is this a person?
Is it
It's not.
leaking to begin with?
Hey, do I have a threshold for this?
2.
Does it smell coppery?
Doesn't smell coppery.
Does it kind of have a sloshy feeling as you lift it?
Not a sloshy feeling.
Whoa, what the fuck?
That was higher than it should have been by 2.
That's weird.
Either way, you go ahead and have, I'll just take 1 failure, 1 success off. And still enough to lift it up. But it is heavy. We're talking maybe upwards of 200 pounds inside of this suitcase.
Was Christoph supposed to give us a location to deliver this, or
We have it.
okay?
I
Perfect.
think the Baron gave it to us.
He did not. He just said it was going to be outside of his domain.
Fuck.
But
All right, I'll be right back.
on the suitcase on the back where it has like where you would put your like slip, there is a slip
What was it,
inside of
man?
there. Like a little tag on it.
So I think that I like go to pick it up, but fuck. Okay. And then like no. Take the slip out. Maybe. What's it say? Does it have an address?
It does indeed have an address. It has not only an address but a name.
I'd like both of those things.
Yes, of course.
I feel like we're not gonna like either of those things.
Some of you will like them. Some of you will not. It has a easy enough to do a Google search on the address. But
That's
it
you speak
is.
from a position of privilege.
Oh, of course, of course. You know, that's on me. I apologize. Uh, but it definitely has an address to a motel, and the name on it is Jane Hill.
Do I?
Arlo
Never
has no
mind.
reason to know that.
Yeah,
Me neither.
No one has any reason to know this name. It's wonderful.
I guess
Um,
my question is: do people refer to Baron Eva as Baron Eva Hill?
She has been referred to as Baron Eva and as Baron Hill.
Fuck. Okay, well, the deal is we can't open it. I think that
I'll
we all have a good idea what's inside it, and let's just leave it at that.
I just gotta, and I'll kind of push down on it. Does it have any structure? Like, is it firm?
Does it feel
but
like a body in a suitcase?
squishy? The
Asking for
parts
a
kind
friend.
of shift around.
There are parts of it that are wet.
None that are wet. It does feel like it is reinforced. Like there's some bars that are going across the inside of it.
but I can't feel anything inside the bag itself. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, well, let's get this shit done. I'll shut the trunk.
Yeah, I'll look less like I'm gonna throw out my back when we take it out.
Maybe let Marlowe handle that.
It'll be fine. I have a thing that can help with that. I just need to pay attention before I do it. Anyway, it'll be fine.
Okay, remember, low key.
Yeah.
Totally low key.
So I'm gonna, while we're kind of, how far is this drive roughly?
Pulling it up, about a 45 minute drive.
Okay, while during that drive, I'm going to see if I can find any information about Jane Hill and if there's any connection between the name Eva Hill and Jane Hill.
Sure. Go ahead and roll intelligence plus technology to try to do a fancy internet search. DC 2.
Fucking leave it to the Luddite.
I don't know.
There's not a lot of us in another category.
Hey, what do you
Yes, you're
know?
lacking
3
the tech thing.
successes.
3 successes. Is it just a regular success? Okay. As you are sort of looking through, you find a a Facebook account that has been not deactivated but inactive for about 2 years for the last post. But some of the last posts are of Jane and Eva. In a very nice looking apartment.
I'll kind of pass the phone back to Vincent.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Just
You're gonna blow up my goddamn phone, aren't you?
He passed the first one. It's gonna blow up the second one.
all right. He's gonna take it and hand it back to you and go, "It's locked."
I'm gonna unlock it and pass it back to Kenneth.
Gotcha. Just
lean over Kenneth's shoulder and read. Shit.
Yeah, she apparently was somebody pretty important to her. Depending upon what's in that bag, we might be kicking off a war here, y'all.
The bag was going to get there, no matter what. We don't
Yeah,
know
I guess
what's in
that's
the
true.
bag. We don't know who that person is.
I'm just saying that now it's more imperative than anything that we get in, get out, and not be seen. So, hey, Marlo, any routes you can take that don't put us past any security cameras, avoid banks, gas stations. I know you can't avoid traffic lights, but I don't know if they're going to be able to pull that from the databases. Yeah. I'll start going through Google Maps and try to plot a route for him that doesn't take us past any of those things. I want to leave as small of a footprint as worldly possible.
Yeah, I mean, most of it is the fastest way there is by interstate. So it'd be a huge chunk of it that will be pretty much unmonitored. But once you get closer, it's a little bit more difficult. But
I mean, we're in a vehicle that has no association with us.
But we do have to get out of the vehicle and deliver the bag.
So I have been doing some like figuring out why your phone was locked. Um, it doesn't think I was holding it, it didn't think that there was a person in front of it. So the camera that it has wasn't picking me up and identifying me as somebody who should be using a phone. I think that could be useful sometimes. Sometimes like this, if we're trying to not like be on a camera.
Is it something you can control consciously, though?
Hell no. No.
That's what scares me.
Yeah, I'd also prefer to avoid it, but if we can't.
And this is a hotel we're going to, not a motel.
correct, a motel.
Oh, it's a motel.
Yeah.
Okay, then we can just walk up to the door. We don't have to go through the main entrance or anything. We just walk up just like a serial killer and just have complete access to everyone. Kind of scary when you think about it.
It is a little scary.
It was a little less scary until you added the serial killer bit specifically.
Yeah, we're just people dropping off a suitcase. Like, it's
Come
fine.
on. First off, we're not people. Second, we're not just dropping off a suitcase.
I'm still people.
No, you're not.
Think of it like DoorDash.
DoorDash.
Maybe we're delivering food. Sure, it's a meal in a suitcase.
I
That weighs
mean, it
200
is
pounds.
It's probably
We don't
pretty
know that.
likely.
We don't know that. I mean, it probably is, but we don't know for sure.
Allegedly.
The point is, let's just go, right? The longer we're driving around in a stolen vehicle with a
Well, I mean, as long
suspicious
as
suitcase.
you play it cool, you don't do anything silly, we should be fine. I'm just saying, y'all have failed to heed my warnings in the past, and look where the fuck we ended up. So I'm saying, be fucking careful.
Obviously.
No, it's not obviously. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it from the start.
I'm being careful.
Okay. Goes for everybody, including me.
This one in particular, I feel good about accepting this job. This one felt like it had to happen and was the lesser evil.
Well, if he does do a good sweep, he's gonna find one inside of his bar area, and then if he checks his truck, there's one in there too.
Look at Marlowe, look at Kenneth, but none of us know that.
Wink.
Look, I believe that Julian can sell that. You need to forget that you ever heard those sentences.
I mean, I can make you forget if you want me to. Just let
No,
it happen.
thank you.
I'm good.
You sure?
I'm sure. Just
You don't want to let me poke and prod inside your brain?
no, I'm all right. No thanks. I don't need this damage like this.
I take that as a personal affront.
Mm.
There's some implication that I wouldn't do a nice job.
Oh,
We were just bored, It's
Yeah, and I've spent a wealth of time researching powers, reading up on the history of our creation lore. You know, I've been putting in the time. Just saying.
nerd.
duly noted.
I'm really hoping this delivery goes easy.
That's gonna go great.
Yeah.
Marlo feels confident.
I do have to ask, as we're driving to this location, what's on the radio? What are we playing?
These are the real questions.
Definitely got to be like a 70s hits station. All the super sounds of the 70s. Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
I think that Vincent's doing his best to be as quiet as possible and just focus on staring out the window.
I love that. Okay. As you guys sort of, mm, as you guys arrive to this motel, there is, I want to say, about a half-filled parking lot. Um, but it's seen some better days. It's not the worst shape it's in, but you guys have definitely seen way better establishments. Um, but as you walk inside, there is a rather large individual sitting behind the desk. You checking in?
I guess, am I talking here? I'd like to like look at the group like, oh, everybody's waiting. Okay, um, I'm gonna say, no, we got a call to drop something off. And I would have activated my potence before picking up the suitcase, but he's gonna hold up the suitcase and be like, somebody forgot their luggage. We were on our way away from the airport, so.
All right.
Did the card have a room number?
It did not have a room number.
Is there a camera in here?
There is a camera pointed at the front desk.
It's for a help.
Ah. Go here. No, sorry. Down there, take a right into the hallway, and it's gonna be the third door on the left.
I mean, would you be cool with us just leaving it here and you could call the room? I mean, we don't even know this person. They're friend of a friend. And they asked us to drop the suitcase off. They knew we were coming this way. So, I mean, we'd rather just get back on the road.
Then you can let your friend of a friend know that the suitcase is here.
Yeah, I'll just do it. It's fine.
Okay,
I'll
don't even really
I'll
know
be
these
right back.
guys.
Yeah, I know. It'll just be easier to just jog down there and do it.
I'm
Head
gonna
down.
activate awe.
Okay.
I'd like to head down to the indicated door, leave the suitcase in front of it, knock on the door, and leave.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor there, big
Well,
guy.
hang on. One sec. I'm doing the same thing. Hey, before before we head out, I will compel. I'll need that security tape.
Go ahead and roll.
Oh crap! Is he not an unprepared roll? It's a good way to find out.
I guess so.
Hope you're ready with that forget whammy.
I mean, if he's not an unprepared mortal, so it's gonna be a battle.
A battle of wits.
2v1.
Since I activated awe, can that be like a buff for him? Since he's getting it from two angles.
I could surge on this, right?
You can
Totes.
indeed surge. Go ahead and roll for all manipulation plus presence. That is not a great dice pool for him, I gotta be honest. But let's see if my dice can hold up. That's fair.
No, thank you.
2 successes for me.
Okay. How many dots in presence do you have?
Just one.
All right, you get a one die modifier bonus to your compel.
Dude, you didn't tell me you were on the verge of fucking eating everyone alive.
I'm not. I'm fine. That's fine. I'm hungry now. We've had this conversation. Is it 2 dice for the search?
Yeah, 2 dice for the surge and one
then
for
one
the
for- okay.
bonus. Yeah.
Oh no, it's actually only 1 dice for the surge.
Okay. All right. So the 2. So
We
okay.
are very young.
Yes, we
That's
are.
true. Yep.
It's okay. I'm just shooting for
And
how
then
many
what's
six?
that?
Just one?
What's that? Oh, I wish it was one.
Intelligence resolve.
Intelligence resolve. It's not much better.
I'm just saying, if you roll poorly on this, you could have a higher blood potency and get more dice on your surges.
That's true. XP expenditures.
Oh,
Threshold is 5.
oh, fuck. God damn, rolled them 10s.
Sorry. I'm truly sorry that this
No,
is
you're
how
not.
it, I
you
mean, a
lying
little
son
bit.
of a bitch. Not
Can
even
I spend a
close.
willpower and have you re-roll 3?
Yeah, I think that's 5 points of edge actually.
Oh, dude, you need to get one more. Willpower. Come
Oh,
on,
God.
baby.
All right.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
We're a group
Ah.
of for one night, and this is how it goes.
That was worth a shot.
He stops
Oh, God. We're so fucking dead.
Hit him with a whammy. Hit him with a whammy.
and smiles. No, I don't think I will, actually.
Cloud memory.
Okay.
He's got to be prepared. He can't be expecting it for both of us, right?
Oh God. I gotta surge. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, I'm a little hungry, but I'm still okay. Whew. Son of a bitch.
Let me know what that dice pool is for forget.
1. Wait. Willpower.
Charisma plus dominate versus wits and resolve.
It's a resolve. Man, you guys are picking all those bad ones.
Yeah, it's really worked for us.
You know, I'm just saying that if wits, intelligence, and resolve are all this guy's bad ones, I don't want to know what the good ones are.
Yeah. So does the offensive win?
Yep, the active
Okay,
vampire
so
is the
I'm
one
at
that's
2.
okay.
So he forgets.
He does forget.
Oh, hey, bro. Thanks for giving us that information. My buddy should be right back. He was just dropping that off.
Dropping what off?
Oh, the bag.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. All right.
Out of curiosity, you guys see a lot of traffic around here? It's kind of a weird spot.
Enough.
Yeah?
Not too bad. Keeps busy.
I mean, if I was looking for a place to, party, any good spots? I was, on the hungry side, looking for a bite to eat, It's, nice and secluded out here, nice and quiet. Come on, No. Bro.
Here's not a bad place.
Oh, really? Like, free game? Oh, kind of pointing towards the rooms.
Don't get caught.
You're cool with it?
I said what I said.
Sweet. You need anything in return?
Payment,
What kind of damage are we looking at here?
$50.
Oh, shit. I could do that.
Okay.
Fold off a hundo. How much it costs to, make me dip off that tape?
That can't be.
Aw, man, really?
Yeah.
Dude, if my old lady finds out about this, I'm in deep shit.
I feel like if your old lady finds out about a lot of other things, you're in deeper shit.
Oh, no, dude. She's like got this thing. She's like really into this kind of stuff. And she finds out I'm out there.
Well, I can promise you that this has the highest level of encryption that's possible and that no one's getting their hands on it.
Okay, bro. Good to know. So I'm gonna go get some snacks.
Good luck. I would stay
Is
away
your-
from the don't go down the left, don't go down the right. Right's a
Gotcha.
lot of problems.
Gotcha. That's what I was about to ask. And I'll walk away.
Are we okay? I dropped it off. I thought we were all right. All right, I'll just see you in a minute.
Wait, did you knock and let him know? Or...
Yeah.
Okay, well, you got to come with me
Okay.
because what we need to do, I can't do, and I know you can do. You've got no compunction about it, so
What?
I need you to like, you know.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So we'll just walk up to a door. Doesn't have a, just kind of do a slight little knock.
Hey, so my normal thing, the way that I cover the tracks is by convincing people to not talk about it.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, we just gotta. That way, if they kind of pry into, I don't know, just
I guess,
hey, free snacks, right?
yeah, I'm just wondering, can you clean this up?
Like, how dirty were you planning to get here, bro?
Not,
Okay, then there's
but
nothing
I'm
to clean
not
up.
subtle, is what I'm saying.
Well, we're gonna get in the room, and you don't need to be subtle after that.
Okay.
I said we'll knock on the door.
You
Maintenance.
knock, it sort of slowly opens on its own.
Oh, that's not creepy at all. Hello, maintenance.
I'm gonna go in
Is your air
there,
conditioner working?
turn the light on, look around.
You see an individual laying on the bed.
Oh,
Oh no.
I'll slowly approach and touch the neck to see if there's a heartbeat.
There is a pulse.
Oh, I
Slow
think
and
this
steady.
is like a feeding thing. It's pretty sweet.
They don't seem to be responding to the touching.
Nope.
I'm gonna like pull an eyelid up.
Eyes are very, very dilated.
Oh, that could be bad. How do you do with drugs?
No.
Okay, then probably don't want to eat this person.
Okay.
But I'll get a plastic cup off the counter and I'll pop my fangs and just kind of prick a couple holes and squeeze some into the cup. Just, Then lick the wound and pour the blood down the drain.
Julian.
Yeah.
I have to ask, just because we talked about it a lot at the beginning.
Sure.
That was better?
Yeah, they're not dead. They're comatose for all intents and purposes. Look, we have to
okay.
cover our ass. I told the guy I was coming down here to drink some blood. So if they're not a court low when they come looking, they're gonna have questions. I paid for it.
Okay.
So
I just, didn't think that you were into that. So it's all
into
good.
what?
I mean, look, whether you drink it or not, they're still just as hurt.
Hey, I told you that I have a thing. I'm drinking now. I just have a process, okay?
Okay. Hey,
Stucking on strange people in a hotel room is not my thing, all right? Might be your thing, might be Kenneth's thing, might be Marlo's thing. It's not my thing.
it's not your thing. All right, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
This whole thing
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
not
by the
my
way,
thing.
we're completely fucked
Why?
because we tried to get the tape. The guy working the front desk, obviously, he's one of us. So our little vampire voodoo didn't work. I was able to make him forget that we even tried to fuck with him, but he did let me know that the encryption on the videotape for the security camera is like top notch. So we're on camera delivering a bag, and if it goes boom and kills anybody important, then we're patsies.
Look, we're the messengers. We're not the responsible party in any of this.
I'm going to remind you of what happened the last time you tried to talk me out of being concerned.
Look, you can be as concerned as you want. Let's just get the fuck out of here and be concerned somewhere
I
else.
was saying maybe we take the bag and then like throw it in a dumpster, and then we say we delivered it, and no harm, no foul. That way, if it blows up a dumpster, not somebody who's going to kick off a war. And then when they look at the videotape, they go, "Hey, it's those fucktards. Let's go kill them." And our Baron's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't ask them to do anything. Yeah, they're troublemakers." Stop talking.
Let's go.
Would you? Not now. Not the time. Sorry.
Who was that?
Don't worry about it. She just chatters all the time. Let's go. But you sure you want to leave this here? Is this the way you want to leave it?
If you would like to go move it, you are welcome to go move it. I'm
Oh,
leaving.
fuck it. All right. Okay. Meet you. Pull up around the back.
Okay.
Oh,
Was that to me or was somebody else?
that was to you. I'm looking at you, right? I'm not looking over here. I'm looking at you. Go get the goddamn car.
Okay. I do just want to highlight both halves of this conversation and the telling me about how it was right to be concerned, followed by the just ignore it. But I'll see you in a minute.
I'll run, try to find the room.
Yeah, it still has the suitcase out front.
Okay. Does it have wheels?
It does.
All right. I'll roll it onto the wheel side and start lugging it down the hallway, looking for a back exit.
Go back out to Marlo and Kenneth. I think Julian might be doing something stupid, but fuck it at this point. Let's just go.
Should someone make sure he doesn't die?
I don't.
There's really no real way to ensure that.
So yeah, let's just get back in the car, and then you could bring us up to speed on what Julian did.
I don't know that Julian's doing anything. We're just going around the back. I'm gonna pretend like this night never happened.
Pull the car around back.
Julian, you're around back.
Okay.
He's with
I'll
the suitcase.
find a big trash can and
What? What are
lift
you
it up and
doing?
throw.
Strength and resolve for me,
What?
please.
What?
Oh God. Well, at least my results good.
Julian, what are you doing?
I know this is crazy. You stop telling me it's crazy. I'm very aware. God damn it.
So
Wait. What if
So we've-
we just
Oh, my back. Oh, my back. Oh God.
oh, no.
My back.
The suitcase. I'm assuming you don't want to willpower this.
No, I think it's more entertaining not
Cool.
to.
You go ahead and try to lift it up and into the dumpster there. As it clatters to the ground, you guys do hear a metallic as it hits the ground, and the zipper on it sort of busts open a little bit, and the portion of it begins to unzip.
Quit telling me to do it. Quit telling me to do it. Quit telling me to do it.
Hey, I'm
Don't-
telling you to not do it.
Don't. Okay. Yeah. Do it. Got it. No. I'm gonna unzip it.
You go ahead and unzip it, and as you unzip it, the body that sits before you is heavily broken and disfigured, with a stake running through the chest and eyes wide open, staring at you guys as you now have opened the suitcase. And that is where we will go
just-
ahead and wrap up tonight's episode.
oh jeez.
You
The
end
intrusive
credits.
thoughts win.
Thank you guys so much for coming, hanging out. Really do appreciate it. That was episode 18 of season 2, The Nail in the Coffin. Thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. It is a good time, guys. I'm so pumped. We do have a interesting and exciting announcement here. We, at least a good portion of us, will be live at Gen Con. We do have a live show that we will be doing. So if you want to see some more, what was it? Crazy vampire bullshit, I think was the coin term that we came up with last year.
Crazy vampire bullshit. Yeah.
Feel free to swing by. Tickets are on sale. So yeah, we'll be there live playing VTM and having a good time as we figure out where the story sort of takes us when we get there in 3 months, because I'm terrified to see what that answer is now. But as always, the show is sponsored by Adventure Dice. So make sure to head over to adventuredice.ca and use code JBruce for 10% off. And we will see you guys next week on another episode of Indy by Night. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful night, guys.